Hi, this is Laura Homan, Quality Assurance Director with StraightScore. This training module will focus on all aspects of squatting from the most basic to the advanced techniques. It's time to log in. Once you are at the Chute dashboard, there are two ways to access the squatting grid. One way is to click on the hamburger icon. The other is to navigate to the Chute dashboard and click on the squatting heading. Let's take a closer look at the squatting menu using the hamburger icon. The caret to the right of squatting indicates that a drop-down menu exists. When you click to expand this menu, you see that you have the option to squad shooters, print squad sheets, and print squad rosters. Let's start with selecting squatting shooters. The first step is to make a shooter active. To do this, you make certain the cursor is at the Enter ATA number or name. To select a shooter, you can either type the first three letters of his or her last name or type the ATA number. If you have a barcode scanner, you can scan the shooter's barcode and the ATA number appears. If these methods fail and you see the Shooter Not Found label, send the shooter back to classification to be processed. Now that the shooter is active, the roller knob on the mouse is invaluable for moving up and down the squatting screen. In a bit, we're going to learn about keyboard shortcuts, but not quite yet. To squat an active shooter, you simply click on the desirable post and press the A for Add. The shooter is automatically added to that squad. Let's say that the shooter decides, no, I don't want post 3, I'd rather have post 5. It's a simple fix. Double-click on 2.5. A message comes up, are you sure you wish to move the shooter from 2.3 to 2.5? You answer yes, and the shooter is moved. Simple as that. Now the shooter decides that they don't really want to shoot handicap. All you have to do is delete that shooter. With the shooter being active, left click to select, press the D for delete, and the message comes up, are you sure you wish to remove that shooter? You answer yes. Now the shooter decides that they would like to squad for another event. Choosing an event is very simple. There's two ways. One way is the drop-down menu listing where you can scroll and choose any event you like. Let's say we want Handicap 1 on Sunday. Another way that you would be able to squad a shooter and move events is to use the left or the right arrow. Left arrow takes you back events. The right arrow takes you forward with events. Let's take a closer look at this handicap event. Can you figure out why squad 3 is red? Exactly. If you notice the yardages, you'll notice that there's a 23-yard shooter with a 19, a 20, and another 20. Obviously, the red indicates that there is a problem with this squad. Kenneth Cox is the issue, so Kenneth needs to be moved. It's a very simple process. You left-click, and we want to make Kenneth active. A keyboard shortcut to do so is to press the period key. That automatically makes Kenneth active. Now we're going to place him in squad 4 post 2. We left click in the open spot, click on A for add. Are we sure we want to move? Yes, we are. And notice the problem now goes away. Those shooters that are remaining are on the correct yardages 19, 20, and 20. Another typical scenario at the squatting window is that an active shooter, Barbara Rochford, would like to shoot with her husband, Tom. Rather than going through each and every event and trying to find where Tom is, we can easily use the Find feature. If you look in the upper right-hand corner at the 3 dots, you'll see that there is a feature called Find. And we want to find Tom Rochford. Notice that the screen automatically goes to the location of Tom. So I can left click, press on A for add, and now Barbara is shooting with Tom in a event 3. Let's see if it happens with event 4. Sure enough. We're going to left click, there's an open spot, and we're going to add barb. We can go through the entire chute and we can do this. You'll notice that on event 5, there is a gray area for squad 3, which is where Tom is shooting. If we try to add barb, you'll see that there's a very helpful message that comes up. The shooter cannot fit on that squad. That's because of yardage differences. So unfortunately, Barb is not going to be able to shoot with Tom for handicap. However, with doubles, she will be able to shoot. Another typical scenario that occurs at the squadding window is that the squad leader will come up and say that they would like to squad 5 shooters. This is very simply done in Shoot Pro Cloud. The first thing you would do is squad the squad leader. In this case, it would be myself. And squad 2 is the perfect squad for my family. So I'm going to make myself squad 2 post 1, and then the squatter is going to save the rest of the post. That way another squatter will not take that squad while I am taking care of this entire group. Then I'm going to go to handicap, and I'd like squad 1. So again, I'm going to put the squad leader in and then save. The same is going to occur for event 3. Now that I have the squads secured, it's time to put in the remaining shooters. Remember earlier we talked about using the find feature. If you click on the 3 dots, you'll notice that the find shooter is gray, and that's because there is no active shooter. So let's create an active shooter. In this case, we're going to use Justin, and we're going to come over to the find, and we're going to find Laura Homan. If the cursor doesn't immediately move to Laura Homan, click on the X and do the 3 dots once again. Now we're ready to squad Justin. We can left click on post 2, press A for add. We can go backwards, and again, squad 1 post 2 is Justin, and for event 1, squad 2 post 2 is Justin. You would repeat the same procedure for each and every shooter in the squad. And that's how simple it is to squad an entire squad of shooters by using the find and the saved features. Several times throughout this tutorial, I referred to keyboard shortcuts, and now it's time to show you where those are located. If you look at the keyboard icon next to mode, you'll see that there are several keyboard shortcuts which we used in the tutorial. We did add shooter, we did save post, we did make active selection. We also used Alt 5. It's a great idea to print this and have this available at the squatting stations so that you can get used to using the shortcuts. Another typical scenario is when a squatter is also a classifier. Let's say that Jerry has a yardage issue and he should be on the 24-yard line and not the 25-yard line. To move quickly from squatting to classification, you can use the jump. If you place your cursor on the classification icon, press and hold, you will immediately be asked a question about changing a shooter's classification. In this case, we do. We have Jerry automatically in the Enter ATA section, so we do not have to rekey that. We can go in, we can get permission to change that classification to 24 yards, classify, and then we can confirm and save. We can quickly jump back to squatting by going to the squatting icon, click and hold, and now we are back to squatting. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments or contact us via the club dashboard. Additional resources are available in the video description below. If you found this tutorial helpful, please hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to see when we post new tutorials, and hit the bell icon to get notified when we post new content. Thank you for watching.